There she go.
So, hi.
Hola.
My name is Alexandria Pike, and I'm a senior at Portland State University.
Just tell me the whole little story.
What's that?
Just say the whole little story. Like tell, like who you, like what you are, who you are, what you became, or what you think you are, and what you transitioned, detransitioned, whatever you want to say. Just give like a quick 5-minute story of your life.
So growing up, people called me a sissy, and I worked really hard at being what I thought would be a man that could always get a girl. So first thing that I set out to do when I was a young man was to get laid, because I figured that if I didn't get laid quick, being a sissy, I would never be able to get laid, right? So, because like what, you know, if it goes on for a while, right, it's not a pattern, it's a trend. Right?
Yeah.
So anyway, then I did. It worked. I would like buy flowers for the girls and stuff like that, and it worked. But because I was kind of wimpy and awkward, my father had big strong hands. I had like little sort of wimpy hands, right? I never, you know, as I got older, the whole pretty girlfriend thing, it just couldn't, it didn't fulfill me in the same way, mostly because they left. My relationship sucked. They cheated on me and stuff like that. So I decided to do a gender transition.
Just because of that?
Well, also because
Just because some girls treated you bad?
Because of my mother.
Some girls treated you bad, so you want to be just like them?
So I wanted to be just like them.
And you want to be like your wicked mother?
And I wanted to be like my wicked mother and take a bunch of black dick.
So you just wanted...
Which was like really... in retrospect, it's like really pretty bad, but yeah. So and then that worked actually, but eventually I found out that if you're wearing female clothes, that...
Dude, I wear girls' clothes all the time. All my jeans up there?
Yeah, exactly.
Half those jeans are girls' jeans.
It doesn't mean anything. So, like, you know, as I had some gender surgery, I took hormones.
Why didn't you just dress like a girl?
I don't know. I never tried that, actually. I tried the gender surgery hormone thing first. I actually didn't wear girl clothes.
What kind of gender surgery did you get done? And how old were you when you had it?
They chopped up my balls when I was
so you got no nuts.
41. I have no nuts, right? And
I need to get a picture of that.
You might think that made me a total loser, but I think it's pretty cool.
You're a eunuch, that's alright.
Yeah. So
eunuchs have an important role.
It's true. I think it's true. And so
you're the poster child for the.
I'm bringing it back.
But you didn't get your thing cut off and turn into a vagina.
I didn't, because I actually asked my doctor if we could just cut it off at the base, right?
They turn them into vaginas and shit, and fucking they come out. I feel so bad for them.
Actually, I heard that
they're that fucked up in the head that they got their dick cut off.
If the hair removal isn't all done right, you get hair inside your vagina.
Oh, that's just sick.
Yeah.
But the whole process, you're just mutilating your body because you're at odds with God, I think, is what's going on.
So a lot of people don't realize that I'm not a Republican per se, but I, Alexander Pike, actually am a closet conservative. No, I'm actually pretty. If you've seen my live shows, I'm pretty blatantly conservative. But you know, just the things that suit me, right? Like I don't get real deep into the anti-transgender stuff unless I decide to. In which case, I'm usually talking about how other transgender people have been rude to me or mistreated me or something like that. You know.
How have I treated you since I met you?
Treated me great. None of that, you know. So yeah, I'm probably not any worse in the sense that that I'm a little awkward. You know what? I got off of it. To explain, I got off of anxiety medication for the first time 3 months ago.
Okay.
Completely. Yeah,
Completely.
So I'm not taking a single clonazepam or Valium or whatever it is.
That's cool. That's
for a
good.
while. So
I was
now
on
I'm
Xanax
okay.
too. I was had prescriptions of that, and I got hooked on that. But I quit all that too.
And anyway, my first detransition attempt,
Okay, what's
which
what's a detransition attempt? Can you explain it to people?
Well, for me, it really didn't consist of much other than wearing guy clothes and being like, yo, what's up?
So you had to physically try to. Okay, I get it.
I continued taking my hormones, it's true. I did.
So you cheated. You cheated your detransition. You lied to yourself. You lied to yourself to tell people that you're doing something that you weren't doing. So you're really psychologically then just kind of fucked up then.
I don't know, but unfortunately, I go through menopause because I'm
What?
old. Yeah.
You can't go through menopause.
I think you can. You get hot flush.
Okay, can you get pregnant?
You get hot flushes.
Can you get pregnant?
Oh, hey, okay. No, you're right. Maybe I don't. Maybe I.
Can you have a baby?
That's what they said.
Can you give birth to a child? No. Or can you? Can you create a child that birthed out of you, or like the parasite baby babes? I'm sorry. I was actually over there. We cut that part.
Anyway, I probably seem pretty drunk right now, but
You only had a couple sips.
yeah. But yeah. So anyway, thank you.
Wait, let's finish the story. We need to get to when you started living your life as a woman, or when you came out identifying yourself as a girl or a woman or whatever you call yourself at the time.
So I was actually I did take a conservative stance on it when I started. I didn't think that I didn't know that health insurance paid for gender modification at all, and
especially in California they do.
I thought about it some, and I just
San Francisco pays for it.
I thought
for the city employees.
that it would be fair. Obviously, if a person would have to themselves. And I suppose I thought about it from the perspective of someone that didn't have health insurance at the
But
time.
it's not medically necessary. We're convincing that it is somehow psychologically necessary, I guess. So what do you think? What is?
So just back to that. Whether or not health insurance should pay for it. So I believed that health insurance should not pay for it. Now it's interesting, like I worked really hard, and I would say that from the perspective of a transgender person, once you start transitioning, if you're going to transition, do it really fast before you end up, because you're not going to make as much money. I can tell you that for sure.
What does it mean? What does that mean? Make more money?
Well,
why would you transition to make money?
Well, yeah. So I mean, I paid for my hair removal, which was about $10,000.
Oh shit!
Out of pocket. It's not my best angle, by the way, but that's okay.
That'd be cool, just so I don't have to shave. But no, but I like to stubble. It makes me feel more manly when I grow it out. See, I could look like a pretty boy, or I could look like a scruffy guy. It's depending on how I want to look, how I feel for the day.
Anyway, everybody always knew I was a total sellout. So I decided to become, I decided to jump on the bandwagon. So I used to say.
So you were convinced by what was going on.
I used to say, society has a lot of problems, but ain't nobody putting a set of tits on me. But at my construction job,
you started going to construction?
Actually, it's funny. They called me Shaniqua. This is before my gender transition, which I thought was a little bit humiliating. But my boss asked me what would be different after I started taking hormones, and I said that I would start growing breasts, and I would be weaker,
not as strong on the job, and I wouldn't be able to do my job as well.
And he looked at me and he said, "Well, what's different? What's going to be different?" And I thought that was really pretty cute. But he liked me because I was a hard worker.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, I worked really hard. So I paid.
Did you wear your dress to the job after that?
No, I didn't. But I did, just so you know, so people know. And I think that this is that I paid for I didn't pay for the orchiectomy. I don't really recommend
What's the orchiectomy?
the nuts removed thing. I didn't pay for that.
Who paid for that?
That was paid for by Medicaid. At the time,
Who was president during that time?
Would have been Trump. I believe.
Trump?
Yeah.
So Trump was tolerant. So this happened under Trump's administration. See how tolerant Trump was?
Yeah. So that's the thing. But I paid for the.
But the detransitioning president is Biden. He hates that shit because he wants to see.
He hates it. Actually, I wrote President Biden and I talked about some of the problems I've been having as
a survivor.
The
survivor of the mutilation that you suffered.
And you know what he told me is he said
he wrote you back.
He said our administration has been. Thanks for writing. He said our administration has been working really hard at creating more union jobs to get the road work done.
Oh God.
And I was like,
that wasn't him writing it. That was just a standard fucking return mail.
I was like, that's awesome because I love driving my car. Though I do sometimes wish that that I had my car back.
So tell me, so then, where did all this lead to, like in your life, and like how are you now? You said you're homeless. So
that's true.
And when did you become homeless? Like, and what happened? Why did that happen?
Well, so I was doing fairly well at first. I was driving for Uber Eats, and I loved the job. And I was in Portland State University getting straight A's.
So you had a car.
I had my car. Paid off a bunch. 2 years ahead. The problem basically was that like my body had been weakened by the gender transition. Something I knew that I was having a problem adapting to the low testosterone and hormones.
So you didn't feel right.
Well, I was getting sick all the time.
Yeah, so you knew that it wasn't a good choice what you did. Or did you put the two and two together? Or did you keep it all separate?
I decided to stick with it. And actually, most people only are on hormones for an average of 6 months. And goes to show that it could be dangerous to take them, being that it's going to be such a short thing and change your body. I decided to be stubborn, and I stuck with it. And I had fairly good results, but the underlying problem was that between the illnesses, between the hospitalizations and having new problems like allergies, for instance, a marijuana allergy.
Yeah, why do you have a marijuana allergy?
I believe it's because someone had me smoke something called K9 or Spice.
Oh, it's not nothing to do with marijuana though.
It's like
Spice
marijuana.
Is synthetic shit. That's nothing to do with marijuana. So it's psychosomatic.
Right.
It's another psychosomatic thing.
That may be true.
I mean, I think
real quick though. Okay, yeah. For some reason, whenever he starts talking, I forget what I'm saying.
Oh, no. I honestly think that the whole thing that you went through, the whole transmission, it was all psychosomatic. Like, you got convinced that it's a cool thing, and you weren't happy with your life at the time, and so you just went with it, and because they're pushing it down, that was the agenda that they're pushing down, right? To everyone to become trans, right? And then
I actually went around and I asked everybody. I said, "What do you think about these damn transgender people?" And everybody said they were like, Sasha, you're such a dick. You're such a chauvinist fucking prick. And I was like, what?
You just, as long as you don't compete in sports is the only thing, yeah.
And actually, so yeah, as far as conservatism, I don't think that transgender people should compete in sports. I mean, for one thing, it's about, if you're trying to, in my case, be more feminine so you don't get beat up, and,
as a wimpy guy, you'd rather just look like a girl?
I'd rather look like a girl, personally. I just
look real pretty. I'd look prettier and prettier so they can fuck with me.
So, Still, sometimes I hold the door open for the ladies. Some of you ladies might know.
Yeah, it's polite. I do that. I'll hold their underwear for him too.
I see you guys looking at me. Which I don't understand why. That.
All right. Go on.
Forgot what I was saying.
You were talking about something holding for you. I heard holding for you something.
Holding what?
They're holding something for you. You're holding something for yourself. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well,
competing in sports.
Oh,
right?
competing in sports. Yeah.
So,
like that female swimmer, fucking. That's a dude like 6'4", fucking competing in girl sports, girl swimming, and he's like a bad fucking male swimmer.
Right.
He can't compete with other guys, so he has to fucking go compete with girls. And fucking just because he says he's a girl, fucking this is bullshit.
I have a very low testosterone level. I'm sure there are some girls that could beat me up, but I will never compete in sports. I'll never physically try to. I would never physically hurt a woman or.
Well, you're weaker than most women too, aren't you?
I am. It's true. But nonetheless, right? Like I know how to use a screwdriver.
Yeah. And
they don't. And that gives me.
Like manly power or what? Or just more strength?
I just figured like
my wife knows how to use a screwdriver.
My
wife knows you got to drill too. She knows how to do that.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Well, I guess times are changing. So I just figured, yeah. So,
So what has been your biggest obstacle becoming, like, what is the trans agenda? Like, what parts of it do you agree with it, and what parts do you disagree with it? Like, and how has it shaped your reality for you? Like, have you had a lot of more bad experiences after you were trans, or before you were trans when you were just a wimpy boy? Like, what was worse? What have you gotten more backlash from, or discrimination, or subjectation for physical taunting or abuse or whatever? Was it just before or after? You know? That's a bad question?
Oh, before or after?
Like, what'd you have?
I don't like presenting male. I get beat up so.
As a guy? Even in today? Like, oh, maybe in Illinois because you're around all the hoods.
That might be what it was.
I mean, it's because of who you're hanging out with, or who your surroundings with. You got to go to a place that's more conducive. I guess Hollywood would be perfect.
Yeah. I mean, I try to. I don't know. This is the first time in my life I've been homeless. So.
Oh, when did this begin? And why are you homeless? And where have you been homeless all this whole time? Like, where have you been? Because you don't look like you've been on the streets. Like, you don't look dirty or anything like that. It's like you've been taking a shower somewhere, or cleaning in the bathroom somewhere, or you just sent from heaven and you're just an angel walking around.
I actually am. I don't. But don't try to be like me, because you ain't me, right? Just because I do something, basically, I think that's the thing. Just because I do something doesn't mean that everybody else should do it too. And
okay, keep going.
You know, yeah. That's it.